Hello, this is Alechius, and welcome back to another episode of Shadow Empire as Phoenixstate on our Cerberus class world. Seeing things tick along. Oh, it's nice to see the X's filled in on the sides instead of just on the bottom. It's quite possible I should have just switched to like an heavy RPG formations. But I am going to resist for now. Alright, now we're gonna see if they attack this turn, or if this changed the calculus. There we go. Stop that, take a look, and you see a lot more damage for them than previously. A very beneficial turn. For turns, confidence will drop. Operate. Oh, right, which was whatever was cheapest. Nothing too great out here. Republican Knights demand a candidate. Seeing how that's a terrible decision. What would be another... Let's take a look. Formation types. Of all those operational, what are the discovered ones? We have Storm Grenadiers, Infantry, Artillery, Light Armor, Machine Guns, and RPGs. Heavy Siege. Which I probably should get Heavy Siege and convert our one formation over. So that'll double our artillery and free up a bunch of manpower. Light Armor Grenadier Army. Or Corps. That is motorized, light armor, a lot of armor, infantry, artillery, machine guns, RPGs. Actually, pretty good mix. Like, something I've been focusing a little bit too much on is having infantry. Previous game that Vic had made, Vic being the developer for Shadow Empire, was Advanced Tactics Gold, and in that, the cost difference between infantry, machine guns, and other things was very important. So you wanted to have a good amount of infantry just to soak up losses. And I'm finding out that that's not necessarily the case in Shadow Empire, where the cost difference between them really isn't all that big. And the limited population pool is the biggest constriction. You want to spend even that just tiny bit more. That was Heavy Assault. We did see that one. Mechanized versions of a lot. We just looked at Light Armor Grenadiers. Armored Infantry. What would that look like with 1200 armor and 1500 infantry? Scary. That would actually wouldn't be half bad. What's the assault look like? Splits the infantry to have artillery as well. Heavy armor infantry, which is the heavy tanks, yeah. Heavy armor grenadiers, which has tons of... has all kinds of crazy stuff. It's identical to the earlier one we saw as well. Tank destroyers and infantry. Destroyer assault. Putting with it. Okay. Mechanized destroyer grenadier division. So it'd be tank destroyers, infantry, MGs, RPGs, and artillery. What is the difference between these? Oh, this is armor. This is with tank destroyers. Okay. With a refresher on what's out there, what do we want? And I'm strongly considering the mechanized destroyer grenadier army for defensive formations. But they can't go into the mountains, but that's okay. We're looking to beef up some of our divisions into, or corps, into formations that can fight well in the open terrain. And then we'll just support them with essentially mountain troops. That in mind, we might actually want the mechanized armored. We also have the light armor grenadier, which I'm going to go with that to start. The heavy siege was tempted. Walk out, agitator, Starkshans. Yep. Just give in to their demands. Free democracy points. Spies and Belelier packs. And we're looking at the Liberation Party. Indeed, democracy and enforcement. And in Colding. Not that that really matters that much. Pardon me. But it's the Holy Planet Army. That takes care of our essentials for the turn. Something I did want to do that I forgot about. We have a few rare minerals here, easy access. We could mine that out real fast. And we actually have a deficit. 1100 population, not a big deal. Meanwhile, our metal mine is going to be depleted very soon, which means soil demetallization in our future. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to keep up with our needs. We need to marshal this metal carefully. How much extra water did I make? Lost 1,000. That's not bad. That leaves some that can be sold when it's not so awful. Yeah, that should work. Alright, getting to our regulars. I did not convert these to grenadiers. Which ones have not shifted? So we have MGs, grenadiers, MGs, siege, MG, grenadiers, 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 and MG. Okay, these guys are a stopgap against Belelier. without even looking at anything else, we're going to upgrade them to Grenadiers. We're going to want those RPGs on that front if it goes hot. It shouldn't go hot. It's not likely, but it could. Next, I would want to do these ones, and I did take a peek in here to see where we're at. So I am going to go ahead and shift these over as well. So Grenadier Infantry, that's a corps. Oh, both of them. Why does this have a 3 instead of the... Whatever. I'm used to seeing the Roman numerals for formations. Of core size. And it shifted it over normally. Might have been a layover from a previous version. And that leaves the only one that has not to be the first. Skip the fourth. Yeah, those are all Grenadiers. I would like to see the first shift over. It's not really necessary, but I still would like to see them shift. That doesn't look appropriate. They should be in good supply. There we go. Get it to refresh. Only lost 5 energy. What are our assets doing in Albion? 1 turn left for solar panels 3. Alright, very good. Go back to unit view. It will take a turn for everything to propagate out here for the RPGs, so we're not going to move them too aggressively. Meanwhile, I'm not going to bombard them, but I will bombard down here. Oh, that is going exceptionally well. Very much down, very little entrenchment, very little readiness. Still at an all-out attack posture. And that looks very favorable. Let's throw the RPGs in there. And yeah, we can actually throw in both formations. This will be the real test of whether I can do the 1-2 with artillery and then following up with an attack. Even with the all-out malice that they're getting, it's just not cutting it. At least they're suffering fighting against our armor as well. We only lost 2 formations. Actually not that bad. Could have been worse. Meanwhile, let's also head over here. And this one looks to be less successful. Yeah. We can move forward. They have a strong armored presence. Do I want to bother trying to move forward with them? And it is a difficult decision. Their entrenchment is phenomenal right now. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're in entrench mode still. I haven't shifted very many. These guys aren't defense. Alright, I can actually form a solid front all the way across. Let's go ahead and push down. Where's the last? Should be one more. That part of the 10th? Ah, I believe so. So that's fun. Yep, that would be 10 smaller size formations. Brigades. There we go. And we'll see how that turns out. And we do have the industrial points. We can push this road further down if we need to. And I will. In fact, with this road coming out here, a reason I can't split it off there and continue the road south. The rest of this, they're just gonna stay in place for now. No need to get aggressive. Over here, on the other hand, we can certainly push things along. That should be more than sufficient. Very good. That nets us a small auto factory. Meanwhile, we can also attack here. Excellent odds. And also, let's see. Action points are similar in both locations. Forcing a retreat. And that's why I did it with that one by itself, is because then I get to follow up. Which went very well. Excellent. Very pleased with how that went. Good grief. With a core? Well, yeah, that's about right. Straight infantry, though. Field training stance. Have some grenadiers over here with quad guns. Good grief. We'll have to see how things go. So, yes, we have a big deficit in RPGs. I'm going to take a quick survey, make sure happiness is going up. Not everywhere. Corruption of the governor. Knock that off, you. You're gonna see this one. Eric Neon Song. Come on. Well, we'll have to see about that. Things are happier here and here. So really it was the corruption causing issues over here. And we have just the card for that. Do I want to try to scare... I'm not that familiar. Ah, decreases leader. That's what I was looking for. One of the Sacred Oath. But also, I'm not against the Investigate leader. I don't know if that discourages future actions, though. And as an experiment, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oop, never mind. Some of our directors are still struggling a bit. But we'll do the Sacred Oath. We may investigate them later when we have a chance of success, given the difficulties involved. Asset-wise, I think we are probably okay. Check Albion. Short on energy. Solar panels 3, not quite finished, has one more turn. Do we have anything being built elsewhere? The rare mine, of course. Starkshawns, closing that one down. That one is mothballed. So I can bring that up if I need to. That's the one in the city. Okay. Which we might end up using. Some of these assets are mothballed, shut down. Some are not. Albion's where we got all our eggs, which don't do that in a multiplayer game. It is more efficient. I feel fine doing it in a single player game. Okay, what else do we need to do? We have enough workers. Not enough in Kana C or Detmo or BTIG. I'm going to go ahead and send them here. Troop wise, we'll get the RPGs done. Those are the most important ones to get distributed out to the field, which is why I did select groups for the last 2 turns. And once we get a sizable amount in here, we could probably send these ones back. Don't want to yet, though. Actually, maximum is 400. I can transfer directly since there is a gap in coverage. That puts them at max for that territory, so why not disband these back into the main stockpile? So a little bit of fiddling to do with these. I have 2 formations over here. Grenadiers, 100. Admin disband. And lastly, you. So they were a stopgap measure, and they have done their job admirably. These guys are already full up. Oh, siege infantry, so they don't get any. So I can just disband these ones directly. Well, they are kind of useful to have around. I would rather get them elsewhere. No. So we're looking at this group and this group. And they are good on RPGs. So that'll take 2 turns to go back to the SHQ and then get distributed. But that should take care of most of our RPG deficit. Now we have an abundance of machine guns. which I am just fine having that, since if we switch to heavy formations, they're already built. And they come with experience. Upgrade the machine guns that came back to the HQ. And there we go. Nice group of fairly experienced individuals. We've used up our resources. We have nothing here. I did take a look off screen at what is in our zones for untapped resources. We've tapped out all the metals we can, so we really need to beeline for the high-tech industry, get that built, and start doing the demetallization plants. That'll be our long-term survivability. And then get hydroponics out, which will free up a lot of population in the food production. And as long as we can keep happiness up, I don't mind telling the private economy to get bent and freeing up population by nationalizing those food production facilities, because they will continue to build them. We will get an efficiency drive in. That doubles our credits above 10k. Perfect, that's exactly what I was looking for. Meanwhile, I'm not too concerned about any... Ooh, we have 2 more defense cards. Do I want to use those over here? That, and actually, I don't really want to use those yet on the other end because they are well entrenched. It starts getting mobile like the other side did, then I'm a little bit more interested. Are there any leaders we need to get rid of this turn? What's our dominant party? Superior party. Righto. This is Merchant Society. Seniority 5. Do we have a no retirement card? No, and I'm not going to waste a bronze retirement on them. And I'm not too concerned about the rest of these. They're not upset enough to really be in the concern category. What I can do is I can actually recruit more people. Let's take a look at our cabinet though. It's looking very good. I do want a replacement for Devona Clark. I wouldn't mind getting the advisor swapped out as well. If we ever have the political power for it, the secretary. Looks like the SHQ could stand to be replaced as well. It's going to be hard to beat that. It's extremely high level. He's very experienced. We've had Apollo Deep Day forever, so it would have to be somebody of truly exceptional caliber to replace them for any reason. We'll go ahead and just burn all those political power. How long has Apollo Deep Day been with us? Is he truly original? Yes. He was... No. No, he was not. Recruited turn 160. I thought we had a guy of this name. I may be thinking of another run. Let's take a look at the new personnel real quick. Ooh. Profiles are decent. Capability is high. Stats are okay. Same. Alright. Karen Fox is looking particularly valuable in the war category, but she doesn't have any beneficial profiles that's going to put her into the superior party. I think we've done everything we need to for the turn. I can certainly throw some more ammunition in there. Let's call it 300 IPs worth. Getting up there, nice healthy reserve of ammunition. End our turn, start moving forward. And see if Colding can really do anything at this point. Because if we stop them at a standstill, we're in extremely good shape. Well, not extremely. We're in a nice, comfortable place. No need for exaggeration. Yeah, there's the movement we're seeing. Apparently Colding's being distracted by something else. Ooh, there is a not so good attack. Take a look at that. So that attack, we had the RPGs, Grenadiers, Sturmers. So they had infantry of various kinds, and they had field artillery. And then we got, but they didn't push us back. Then we have their tanks, which took losses. So did ours, as well as losing some troops. So that is actually not too bad. It's giving as good as you got, more or less. Yep, and we're now depleted on the mine. High-speed rail, don't particularly care yet. Gauze, guns, heavy RPGs. What? Okay, 69 credits, woo! Exciting. Nothing too earth-shattering there. I want to take a quick look at loss ratios. We're looking good. Suppose it'll give, yes. What a Knights to no, go away. Applied Science Council. Speaking of, what has our Applied Science Council been researching? I haven't even bothered to look in a while, and I'm supposed to be checking every once in a while so that I don't overdo it. Looks like there's a few techs to find still. Oh yeah, we don't need to be spending on discovery for applied sciences. Oh man. No, it is there. Just not for the Applied Science Council. Odd, I was looking for this. So let's swap that. 3070 instead of 7030. Hidden village discovered in Detmold. Let them be, I'll take the colonists. That is free population. We can get 700 now, or we can get 200 a turn for the rest of the game.
Aye, aye, sir.
And it's with our profile. So I'll do that. Minor worker strike in Connaughty. 51, that's a little unusual, but it's not terrible. Waste disposal accident in Connaughty. We have a chance of failing. Critical success, no danger. Perfect. Now let's take a look. Yep, we have our grenadiers in place. These guys are depleted, but there's nobody guarding the border. They're all down here, they've all pulled away. because we didn't really push this border. It's a toss-up. We can wait and let these formations fill out, especially as they have very few RPGs so far. Or because Colding is pulling back, we can forge ahead despite the weakness inherent of the starvation they had to deal with. And I think I want to push our advantage. So push you down there, push you down there. We'll slot you in. Push those two in. And we'll push in pretty much in echelon. Well, that's an arrowhead formation. Oh, that worried me for a second. I saw all the blank cards. So, let's get our artillery attack underway. Which uses tons of our supplies because of the caliber of these artillery pieces. I don't really care. I'd rather have effective artillery. On the other hand, some of the formations that we've been looking at have artillery in them, and we could do with having smaller artillery in more formations. Actually, I want to spread these out. We're going to do one over here. Oh, counter battery. Oh, the brutality. How did I not see that? Well, because I was just looking at the cards. And they've got one of the heavy siege infantry. Let's take a look. Okay, we've got artillery there too. So we should just stay on this. We lost a unit feet and 20 artillery pieces. Could have been worse. The readiness is very poor. We can continue poking them. Odds are decent. I don't like losing for no reason. But we also have the charge feat. They have the all out. There you go. So let's take a look at the two that we have. That is the weaker of the two. So we'll send them forward. We already used the artillery, so we cannot send them forward. So we may suffer a counterattack here. Actually, I can get this one to go all the way down there. That leaves this one undefended against this potential artillery. But I'm gonna do it. That should do. Not looking to attack anywhere else. We see them starting to man up the line again. We saw attacks here last turn, and we held the line. Or no, we didn't. Yeah, they took this hex and they pushed them into here. So we'll put the weak formation over here. Oh, no. The weak formation's right there. Do I give up the mountains? Recon's 206 here. I could move forward. How many RPGs do they have? 400. We'll send some loner troops in there. Tough going in the mountains. And then then we have the slaver force. Are these two miners fighting each other? Or are they just pushing the border and they're not actually at war? Can I tell in this version of the game? This is Tiefland. At war with unknown. And this is landing. Unknown. Alright, don't worry about it. Do we straight push across? Or do we cross, then attack? Oh yeah, we push straight across. Do we do the tanks or the armored cars first? I think we'll do armor. Yeah, tanks or armored cars, doesn't matter. They suffer equally. The tanks might be better. Well, they have less. Who has less AP? I'm actually sitting pretty equal. No, we'll save the armored cars for there. So we'll use the tanks here with the appropriate infantry. There we go. We'll send these ones across here. And we can't quite attack on this front. And we're going to be out of supply here, but we have the industrial points. So I'll use them. And bring those straight in here. Seal the road. Cost isn't too terrible. How's disposition here? They are lining up on the border. Makes me nervous, but relations are still decent. Let's see, what else do we have? We have solar panels 2, solar panels 3, just barely incomplete. Food still dropping ever so slightly. Everything else seems fine. Oh yes. Organizations, Economic Council. Getting high-tech industry, Staff Council. Operationalizing, military research. Doing their due, almost have heavy combat armor. I'm not doing any models right now. Are there any that I do want to do? I think that answer is no. Not yet. Soon. What is your current task? No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's why I had them on Discovery. They're just not... Has not been discovered yet. Discovery is possible. We skill can research. No, are those for other councils? I know, waste of political power. Go back and forth like this. Dump everything into finding new things. Majors, we're not getting anywhere. Are there any other majors? Just the two. Make Golding like us more. Miner wise, I don't think we're getting anything. Tiefland. Wolfborn Zeperion is that big and is a miner? Wow, they were bigger than I thought. Could end up at war with Belelier due to them though. But we could also make friends with Tiefland as well. See if we can go, let's go for gold. Go for client. There you go. Meanwhile, are there any places I do not have the spies I want? Spy Council. At least 4 in each, that is my goal. That's the bare minimum to find out certain things. And yeah, there are other parts of the empires that we could definitely find out. Mostly just looking for these guys down here. Just a regular success. That's unfortunate. Follow up with regular spies. Oh, that's going to be a difficult roll. Critical success, critical success. That gets us minimum of what we want in Colding in every territory that we care about. Flint's tiny, I'm not too concerned. Not sure I care about the other ones either. Really, I think we're about where we want to be.
Yes, sir.
Send one more into regular, that'll up our recon in the area. Yet another efficiency drive, gives us a bunch more money. Do we recruit more juniors? We do have to figure out what we want to do with our leaders. So, job type wise. Governors, we could use a couple more. In particular, the operational HQs, we can definitely use another. We have that one really good replacement, but beating this level of skill is going to be hard. He's not upset with us. I would like to have the bonus relations. Let's just wait for... keep the relations in place. And we'll just replace as needed. So Vince Jovenlove. You are not somebody we can get rid of because we don't have the... no. I mean, we could use a bronze retirement. Ah, heck, why not? Vince Jovenlove. Super easy. Go straight out. We never have to hear from him again. Alright. That takes us to the end of this turn. And with that, I think I... oh no. 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 We have bonus RPGs. Excellent. We have the machine guns. We need tanks. We need artillery. In fact, let's get extra. Because we can use those for replacements, and or we can have them swapped out in the field. Takes care of that. How's our worker numbers here? Just fine. Worker numbers here. We could use some.
Roger that.
And with that, I am done. So, I thank you for joining me. Appreciate you staying till the end. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.